Hello, everyone. Let's see if it's come up on Facebook yet. Excellent. It is up on Facebook. Excellent. We are alive. Always positive when that happens. Here we go. Woo. Everything is working. Hallelujah. So hello everyone. This was this morning's art journal class. It is not finished. And I need to pause it this morning because I just need to let it dry. It's the best way of explaining it. It just needed to, it did not go well. I had Amelia like sitting next to me and I felt suffocated. Anyway, there are some things that you cannot do with watercolor. This is one of them. This is one of the techniques you can't do with watercolor. And it's just because we're adding wet on top of wet on top of wet, and there's no thickness to the, like no body to the paint, which was the problem. So we're going to go in and fix this up, basically, and make it a little bit more finished, because it's definitely not finished. Oh, hello, Sandy, for the second time today. We've got a great friendship going. Spoken more than twice in one day. It's what people normally call besties. Okay, right, let's see how we go. So, so we're going to use acrylic to fix this up because it has more body to it and the technique will actually work how we want it to. So, first of all, we need to add some white. So we're just going to come in with our white gesso. And oh, hello, Cheryl. Hello, Marie. Yeah, it was a really good day. I had lunch with Grandma, and cut on the cameos a bit today. Oh, and we went sequin shopping. But I don't think I was supposed to tell you guys that we bought sequins. But we bought lots of sequins. Like lots and lots of sequins. So, yes. Oh, hello, Annie Robin and Deborah and Mary. So let's get going. So we're going to fix this up because this is like one of my nightmares. And yes, I have nightmares about paintings that go ugly. So go. So we're going to come in and we're going to make what we did this morning a little bit more defined. And then we're going to also add some actual layers in here. Because that's that. So here we go. So just coming in with the gesso first. And we're going to do some highlighting. Okay. And then we're going to come in and there's these flowers here. So we're just going to come in and highlight this. Bips and bops. And I'm just coming in and going around the collaged rice paper flowers here because I kind of want to highlight them, make them a bit of a focus point. So also it's always about, you know, making balance. So that's what we're trying to do here. Okay, so just going in. So by doing acrylic with these techniques, it will be a bit better. Oh, hi, Di. Giving it a makeover because things just did not go well in this morning's class. Best way to describe it, I have gotten used to creating with no one else around me. And yes, I know I do these classes live, so it's technically not private, but it's different from creating when people are in person. Right, here we go. Right. So now we've got that there. We're going to come in and we're going to add a few of our, just some stenciling to it in the colors. So we're going to go with blue, pink, and green. So what we're going to do that with is we're just going to put on a little bit on our messy mat. And yes, I'm using the messy mat as my palette. Just the easiest way to do this. So just going in that one. And that one. There. And green. Right, so there we go. So what we're going to come and do is, does Mum have a heat tool?
Yeah.
Where?
It's a new one. It's a brand new one for Patil because she overcooked it the other night.
That's the guillotine.
That's the guillotine. Have a look. It'll be attached to a lead under a desk.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
No, because the top to a guillotine sitting there.
Let me, okay. I'll watch many of your mum's videos. I should know where the heat tool is.
It's always
I'll be back in
interesting.
one brief moment. There it is, on the trolley.
Oh, look at that.
I was going to say, it should be an arm's reach.
Well, yes. But Mum and my arms are very much a different length. Right, so we're just going to dry this white real quick. And we're going to dry it in between the layers because we want them to stay their own colours, essentially. Because that's how this technique works best. It's kind of like doing a wash, but at the same time, it's not. Because we're not going to do a wash. If all goes to plan. So what we're going to do is yeah. There we go. And then we're just going to come in and we're going to do some patterns. So we've got like a few different bits and pieces. So we've just got this one here. So I'm just going to grab. And this is a Celebrate stencil. I like it because it's got the dots and the chevron type lacy pattern, which works really well. I think it was with, I can't remember what range. I feel like it was from a year or two ago from Celebrate. It will come to me. Was it? Yeah, it had balloons in it, and I know it was green and orange. Ah, that's the one. So we're just going to come in with our sponge and use our acrylic paint. And we want to do thin layers, so not too much. So to do that, you just put a little bit on your sponge like so, and then you just dab the excess off, and then you start dabbing on your page. By doing that, it just means that you'll still see what's underneath, and you won't get too much overlay. And then what we're going to do is, so that's that bit there. So then we're going to come in and we're going to, yeah, layer in all of that. So we're just lining up the stencil, and by lining it up, yes, it seems like extra work and a little bit pedantic, but it just makes it.
Unexpectedly, hello.
Oh, hello, Donna. Yes, we're working some more on the art journal classroom this morning because I was not happy with how I ended it. Because, you know, a bit of a perfectionist. Pardon?
It's like an onion. You give it some more.
Exactly. It wasn't finished growing yet. Oh, and hello, Diane. So here we go. So we're just going to come in. Do a bit more here. And by adding these more layers, it will actually look really nice. And it'll be a lot better paper pieced than this morning's version, which will be good. So we'll put that one there. Oh. Definitely that one, and then it's coming in. Jumping that one down. Just go over here. And I'm not going to add too much more of the pink to my sponge. I'm just going to sponge out the rest of it, what's on it, just so then we get more of a faded effect, and it's like more of a gradual going out burst than like thick paint all the way. Okay. So now we've got that there. I'm going to come over and we're just going to do a bit here. I'm not going to fill in the whole thing over the side, just a little bit. And then that up and then just a bit. Over here. And then yeah. And I'm just coming in with some extra pink paint and just like smudging it out, making it not so symmetrical and perfect, like adding that bit of a organic next to it so it's not like machined. We are. So now we've got that down. It's already looking a lot better. And then we're going to come in and we're going to add some white dots. Dot end. And we want these to be really opaque, but just be careful because the thinner the stencil design is, the easier it is to get overspill. And like underneath your stencil and everything like that. So just, that's why I use sponges. It's the cheap method. It's gonna come in and and
what are you using with the paint? Is that fine?
oh,
It's a softie, isn't it?
it's like a softie, or you know, like a really soft makeup sponge.
Let me just type in soft. Is it S-O-F-F-T?
I think so, yeah. I just use, my older brother had this epiphany when I was 16 to buy me makeup. And he bought me a whole bunch of makeup sponges, so I just use those. I'm still going through them. But foam might work. It might be a bit hard though. It just needs to be able to give you a bit more of a.
Are you using a square-ended one?
I'm using a square-ended one, but the round-ended ones are really good for thin designs. Like they're really good for it.
We'll just put one link into the picture and I'll put up another link.
Yeah. So the rounded ones are really good for thin designs,
I've just come
whereas
up the hallway because there's a bit much joviality
Oh,
going
that's
on.
a TV show.
No, that's this pair.
Oh, dear.
oh gosh, what are they doing? But it has something to do with the loft bed.
We'll have a lot to do with the loft bed.
Right.
There
Yeah.
you go, folks.
So this,
Yeah, so they're soft. S-O-F-F-T.
yeah.
Oh, that is on it.
The apocalypse is gonna happen tomorrow, people. Hope you all booked it in. So as you can see, that's like, I'm just showing you where some of the stenciled bits are real quick. Sponge is the best way I find for stencils. Some people like using palette knives. That takes way too long to dry. Way too long. I do not have the patience for that. If I did, it'd be a miracle. I'm very much my father's daughter when it comes to patience. Lacking in all scenarios. So then we're going to come in and do our blue next. And we're going to stencil each color that we're going to use just so then we get like a nice balance. So then when we do the main feature, it doesn't all just look like we pulled a color out of the hat type thing. And it doesn't look like, oh, we forgot there was blue on the collage. 'Cause that's what it is.
How's it going? Better this time?
Yes, lots better because I don't have my little buddy.
I'm not really happy you used this pretty lace. You were taking that lace off there that you've used on there.
Yes, yes, it's just there for the moment. It's Dad's fault.
You couldn't find a ribbon. You were mean.
It's technically Dad's fault.
Everything's technically bad.
Well, you know, did we leave him some dinner?
Yes. In the fridge.
That's good. You sure no, it hasn't been at it?
No.
Just solid no. I'm not guaranteeing anything.
No. It's in the fridge. It's got tin foil on it. I'll have had tin foil on it.
You snooze, you lose. Oh, he's got his dinner out for him. The old,
It's gonna
let me,
be taxed.
let me just get your dinner for you. And there's a 5% tax. I don't know why I chose the stencil heads up. It just looked like it needed to be used. But like you can choose your stencils based on your collage as well. All just depends. There we go. So now that we've got the blue on, what I am going to come in and do is I'm just going to grab this paintbrush here. I need to put a bit more blue out because I want to make a few drippies with the blue before we go much further. So I'm just going to come in with our blue here and just put a bit more paint in some of these X's and then make them drip a bit. So there we go. So then you can see what I'm doing. Oh, I hope you can see what I'm doing. There you go. Excellent.
Tara said that looks great. Diane said that's looking great.
Oh, thank you.
Rory said it's looking beautiful.
See, a lot better. Because we got some layers going.
Oh, you used a different stencil there again.
Dad, we started using a different stencil like 2 minutes ago. Where were you?
Some questions for your video. I want to platform I share. It's all good. You just keep thinking.
Alrighty.
I answer the questions. Stay in the box.
Here's a solid moment for you guys. I realized I don't like marketing. And my father generously pointed out
Out.
that was completely obvious because I don't like it myself.
If you had to market yourself to survive here, you'd be starved.
Yep, and I'm okay with that.
I will tell the world how good you are. You're just not.
Okay. I can do that real easily.
That is our youngest child teasing Noah with something. So all I can hear is hand over. Amelia Ann, go watch the movie with your mother or be quiet. Rah!
Alright, so I'm just going to add a little bit more paint up to this one. And we kind of want it to get... And the rice paper is not bleeding so much tonight because it's actually dry now, the glue underneath, which means that...
I should put a piece of what the rice paper was to start with.
Yeah, it might be a plan.
Because it's pretty hard to see right now.
It's still there. You can tell it's there. It's giving the yellowy Brit texture to it. Yes, it's the one with the flute. The pan flute.
Rice paper.
I'm just going to add a bit more over here. And get these to drip over this side as well. No, we're not getting all of them to drip. It's just a few. So then, you know, everything kind of just flows and matches the watercolor effect that we've got in the background from this morning's attempt. Okay, so we're just going to add that. And then also, heads up, if my two brothers ever offer to play Monopoly deal with you. Actually, Milton was really good last night. He didn't cheat because he was having to carry Mealy with him.
Mealy drops.
Yeah. That's... Noah, on the other hand. go. It's just about getting a bit of blue here and there. And then we're gonna flip it upside down real quick. Not for too long, and it's just to get this one here to drip as well. Oh. Go, and then him to keep dripping. It doesn't help that I'm using the world's smallest paintbrush to make drips, but now we've got that there like that. We're going to come back in and we're going to add some more white dots again. And we're just adding the white dots in between each layer to give just a little bit of consistency, I think the word is. Oh, it's a bit of a big word. It's more than 5 letters. So it might be the wrong one. I'm just going to come in and add those in. And the more we have down, the easier our technique's going to be. Because tonight, it's going to work. It's going to work.
Oh,
Yeah. The main reason why it didn't work this morning was because our page was over wet. And watercolor just did not have enough body for it. I was in some type of dreamland when deciding to use watercolor instead of acrylic. And then, so now we've got that one there. We now need to add our greeny color. And we're going to do that with, actually, we won't add our green color just yet. So now what we're going to do is we want to stamp on a few more of these because we have lost where we stamped it on originally, but I do still want a few more of that on there. So we're just going to come in with our dye ink. Let me grab. What color do we reckon? Oh, Mum's got an archival ink blue, which means this is waterproof. This is pretty cool. I think we should use this one. I only have black, brown, and grey at Brisbane, so we're gonna take advantage of this moment and just use these. Here we go. So we're just gonna come in and stamp it down there. Oh, that. It's really nice. And then we're going to come in and stamp this over here. And it's just about adding little details. Okay. And then now we've got that there, like so. We can come in with our pink real quick, and we're just going to do some, I think, love hearts if I can. Yeah, there we go. We're doing love hearts. Just adds a little bit of small details in the pink because we've got thin details now in the blue.
Oh, this looks amazing.
Thank you, Di. We're also streaming this on YouTube, so if anyone's Facebook is playing up, you do have the option to watch it on YouTube. I do know that Facebook did an update on Thursday, so just a heads up if your video is playing up a little bit. Make sure your device is fully updated.
This is when you meant to say that they could like and share your YouTube post.
Oh yeah, if you could like and share my YouTube post, that would be amazing because I'm new to YouTube. Well, I'm not new to watching things on YouTube. I'm new to posting on YouTube. So it's interesting. Took me a week how to figure out how to work my account. And I'm supposed to be technologically smart because of my age. What a lie. What a lie. And then, so now we've got that. We're going to put one love heart up here. We're going to come and do this. We're just going to grab paintbrush. We're going to do one. See? Make it into something usable. Which is the important bit. Ooh, got some pink and white. Not a smart move, but okay. And then one last place. Right, so now that we've got that there, what we're going to come in and do is we're just going to dry this and then we're up to the technique. I could do jelly printing in one of my classes. Next week we are doing collage paper piecing. Kathy Gucci suggested it about a week ago, so we're going to do that next week. We have done jelly printing quite recently, I think actually. I think it was week 4. Maybe was that 2 months ago? Oh, I know we did jelly printing early at the start of this year. I could do another tutorial. I'll try and find the video for you, Di. Send you the link. And an update with my iPad. Fixed it up this morning. So I ended up. And the split keyboard. Oh my gosh, my hubby. Yeah, that is very annoying. Split keyboard. That's new. So I just dried that because the next bit we do need our layers to be dry. And by doing the sponging a bit thinner than normal with just so that we can see the layers underneath, it also means that it dries a lot quicker as well, no matter how cold the night is. So here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our Main stencil.
Oh.
And yep, there goes Mum. She's very lovely. Just don't judge her for a laugh. I did not sell that at all, did I? Okay. Oh, sorry, people. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come in with so this is gonna be our main stencil, and then we're gonna lay this stencil over top. I know. Seems a bit like a nut job move, and we're just gonna come in with our green, and we're gonna lightly stencil. Just lightly, not too harshly. Lightly stencil. It doesn't have to be too much. Just to get the main bits and pieces done. We go.
So whenever
And then
comes up with this marvelous thing, so I'm going to
yeah.
write down the rest of the family.
Yeah, thanks Dad, love you. Mom.
For anyone that doesn't know, he's quiet.
Our family is very loud. I'm the quiet one. Dad's also one of the quiet ones. Mama Amelia and Milton. They're very people. They like socializing. I could become a hermit. Quite gladly. Because human interaction sometimes seems optional. Like, not gonna lie. It doesn't seem worthwhile sometimes. And then we've got that there. We're gonna come in with our pink, and we're just gonna
Me too. Quite happy to be myself. Yes. I understand that for Mary.
see, just you know. Right, and here we go. And then we're just going to come in and the darker we make these bits, the better.
So he wasn't talking about bad word things, he was saying senior leadership team.
Yes, it was just very loud.
I'm sorry.
Right.
She was reversing the car back and then ramming the other young lady's thing, and then she goes, "Ha, I may be older, but I have more insurance." It's bright green tomatoes. It's classic.
Yes, it is classic.
It is classic.
So I'm Channel 32 for anyone that wants to watch that.
I've never watched this movie that Mum's watching, but apparently it's an important part of history. Like, I'm questioning, but I'll take note of that. And then, really hoping this works. Oh yeah, it kind of worked. Excellent. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to come in. Actually, no. Do we have a piece of paper towel? Because I just scuffed up. Oh, here it is. Found it. I found it. There we go.
Rowena said, wow, big difference. 2 totally different pages.
Yeah. See? Better place tonight. And then what we want to do is now we want to. Oh, I should have got a mister. Does Mum have any Lindy's on her desk?
She's got a whole thing of sprays. You want sprays, Mama?
Yeah. A blue, if possible. Dark blue. Like one that has deeper tones to it. Thanks, Rowena.
Everything. I was chatting to young Melissa today
Mm-hmm.
about when she's just moved and she's struggling to find things in her craft room. And I said, well, we just did a craft room reshuffle. And things are not where they used to be. Christmas tapes, borders, bunny breads, boosters,
Don't ask me where they are.
bling. Oh, the 3 drawers are bling.
Oh, that's new.
Nice.
I think the Lindy's Miss drawers are over that way. Are they? Oh, look, I can see them. I think it's that drawer.
Yes, yes.
We found the drawer.
Dark or blue.
Well, anything that's a dark shade that's not brown. I can work with anything that isn't brown.
What about Starburst? Oh, that is nice.
Okay.
Bachelor button blue.
Yep, mine.
I never gave it to you.
It's okay. If you want, I can get rid of the evidence and take it back to Brisbane.
So it's still on first.
Thanks. Yeah, I don't know. I was. Well, you see, that interesting fact about artists is there's not much logic when it comes to naming things.
No.
Like, I don't know if you've seen some of the stuff that gets labeled. It's just you got to question. Oh, soz. I'm about to show you a really nice color of Lindy's Mist, and we don't have it. That's not a good thing, but you know.
What can I say? It's alright, we're sold out of all the blues. We need to buy more Lindy. Oh no, one black.
If you only have one, you still need to buy more Lindy's.
I know. Caribbean blue, that's probably getting low.
Yeah, for what we're about to do. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put down our dots. We just want to do like a light, not too much, so that it doesn't go everywhere. And then also, and then we're going to spin it around and do a bit of that. And then that. Um, okay, now it should have worked. Fingers crossed. So when we lift this up, we'll be able to tell where the flower is. Oh, look at that, we can. Miracle. Right, so now we can tell where the flower is, kind of. I'm just going to come in and make it definite for a bit of work. So it's going to come in, and what we might do is we might remove some of that. There and that, and then come and
So many tabs open.
no need to write. So we're just going. Oh, sorry, my head's blocking it. So just coming in with the white. Just to draw the outline a little bit. Good. And so this is all about making the lights lighter and the darks darker. Because the more drastic of a difference there is, yeah, in the contrast, the better it will look in the end. Because it seems a bit dark now, but we just got to make the lines a little bit more there. Because we might have done a bit too much light before we did the flower, but that's okay.
So, Mary said, looks amazing, Naomi-Jon. Would love to see it close up.
Oh, yeah.
Elaine said, this looks so different to this morning's creation. You're amazing, Naomi.
Thanks.
Oh, beautiful, says
Thank you. Yeah. So this is how this technique is supposed to work. It was just that we had too much water this morning. Way too much water. And I'll show it up close in a minute. I'm just doing the final. Yeah, sometimes you just got to let a painting dry and then come back to it and have a rehash. Because, you know, paintings have a life cycle and some of them go through various ugly stages. which is annoying because it takes time to dry to get through an ugly stage, which is unfortunate. So I'm just going to come and do that split. Just going to come and do this bit here.
Diane said, but I will add, it's lovely to spend Saturday night with you, Naomi, and the extended family here. Diane's escaping. I didn't say that.
It's okay, Diane. Sometimes I wish I could escape at family reunions. Christmas is interesting in our household. It's very.
We just eat till we drop.
That's a you. Okay, I'm the one who has to bake all the desserts. I do like cheesecake and pecan cake, and everything.
Basically, it's all started to play.
Well, not everyone in the family has gallstones. Don't get me wrong, there's probably about 50% that do, but not everyone. Right, there we go. Now we've got that there. What I want to do is I just want to add a bit more blue into this, on this X here, because I just kind of went over this bit and I didn't really want to. With the white. And then I think we might be nearly finished. I'll just come back over and add more pink love hearts back in. Real quick, make them a bit darker. Right. We go. And then, thanks, Diane. Thanks, Di. So yeah, so it's just about balance, as you can see. And then we might have to add the green somewhere else, I just realized. Because we've only got green in one location on this page, which is bad. Like, it's not bad, but it's unbalanced. So I might just come in and give a scraping there. And then
Flower is stunning, said Diane. Looks fabulous, says Diane.
so cute. And just add a dragonfly. And there we go. I think we might be done. I'll just hold it up for you guys so you can see it. All there to see. And then maybe, oh, maybe, unless we want to add some yellow sequins to it, but I don't know if we need the sequins. Probably not. So this here is our final page. And yes, it's a bit glittery because we shoved in a lot of glitter in this morning's class, but that's okay. So how to fix an art journal page that you don't like, just leave it a couple of hours, let it dry, come back, rehash. But this is basically the technique that I was trying to teach this morning with the stencil and the flower bit there. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I know it was a bit odd doing a part 2. Try not to do it next week. But I hope everyone stays safe and has a good week going ahead, and a great Easter tomorrow, because happy Easter, everyone. And was there anything I need to mention, Dad? No, Mum will be back on Tuesday at something of a time to teach class. I don't know.
9:30.
At 9:30, of course. As you can tell, I really do know my times for classes. Oh, sorry, it's going everywhere. But thank you for all coming tonight, and have a wonderful Easter tomorrow. Bye.